up, Gemini? This is going to be your bi-weekly love reading. This is for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoyed this video, do give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out the channel. If you are new here on this channel, I combine channeling and tarot with the universal law of assumption, consciousness and manifesting to look into your dynamic with your specific person, and help you to actually refocus and shift should you want to get a preferred version. So if that is something that you like, then stick with me. I also do it in my private sessions. All the details for that are in the description box of the video. If you're looking for a more traditional tarot reader or a psychic, obviously there are plenty of amazing channels on this platform. Or if you want one-on-one, I have put links to my affiliates, Mystic Sense and Spiritual Blossom, in the description box as well. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5 minutes reading free. Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus $10 when you deposit $20. So now we're going to do Gemini, the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? And a projected potential. And why do I say that? Because tying in universal law of assumption, my tarot readings on my channel are one version of you, Gemini, your specific person, and the connection that you have selected, manifested, are selecting and manifesting out of the infinite that are available right now in this very given moment. Creation is finished. Everything exists all at once. Everyone is you pushed out. Your desires are meant for you. You can have any version of a person or anyone you want. If you would like to manifest this differently, circumstances do not matter. It would just require a shift in you, the version of you, Gemini, that you are being, the state of consciousness, your identity, and a reselection of your dominant thoughts and assumptions about them pushed out. That's really it. So I'll give you guidance as I go. Otherwise, guys, I've just launched my course Shifted not too long ago. I take you through all the fundamentals. What is manifesting? What is conscious and deliberate manifesting? The ultimate self-concept, the ultimate identity, and how you can therefore shift a dynamic with a specific person quite easily. So check it out. The link is in the bio for that. Let's go, Gemini. So person on your mind, how do they feel about you? Judgment card. Maybe a big decision needs to be made. Four of Cups. Could be that there's, and maybe also a revival. I mean, Four of Cups can be a little bit of this energy of, are you taking my cup? Rejection kind of thing going back and forth. Let's have a look. It's definitely a person that maybe you've been, someone you've been connected to for a while. The intention is a long-term vision, a long-term goal. Ace of Pentacles for something very stable and solid. Some of you are already in a commitment with this person. Maybe there's a heavy focus on finances. Maybe there's big decisions that need to be made on the next phase, for example. The Four of Cups can be disappointments or feeling like, are you taking what I have to offer? So maybe, and that's a Cups card, so maybe it's got a little bit to do with like lots of focus on material, maybe not as much on the love aspect, on the emotional aspect. Okay, because there's Two of Swords, so I'm going to get a bit more on why we have that. That's the stagnancy. That the blindfold could be a little bit on like the next phase, and that could be very financially driven. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I mean, Hierophant card is marriage, traditional values, long-term commitments. So it seems like there's a working towards that. Okay, and Four of Swords is contemplation, thinking, maybe problem solving in the area of like, for example, if you're already in a commitment with this person or exclusive, this is like marriage or moving forward in the next phase, right? And maybe there's like long-term financial goals, contemplating that. I mean, even maybe children. See, Four of Cups. For some of you, there's like disappointment. Are you taking what I have to offer, or am I enough financially? So there could have been a little bit of this indecision on the way forward. Some of you have different backgrounds, culture, religion. So it's like there can sometimes maybe be this sort of feeling of like, oh, you know, how can we move this forward and agree? Not agree on like being committed to one another, more like, okay, the next phase. Maybe there's also like whether or not children are in the mix or something like that. But this person, you know, if that's not the case, Page of Cups is an offer, okay? Maybe the emotion feels a little small, is what I said. There's been a lot of this stuckness and maybe obsession with finances. We've got King of Pentacles right here. That is a loyal and stable king, Gemini. I don't think there's issues here to do with loyalty or commitment. It's like next phase, finances, you know, that kind of a thing. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Are we on the same page? Can we cooperate about the next phase? There could have been disagreement about that. Five of Swords. Some of you are connected to the same career or network, or otherwise it's just work and career is playing a massive factor in this, and then causing this kind of clashing in terms of, are we on the same page when it comes to the next steps, the next phase of the connection. Let me have a look what else is going on. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, King of Swords is in the reverse. Sometimes it can get a little cold or something, Gemini. Knight of Swords, or erratic. Maybe you have a little bit of arguments. Five of Swords, Knight of Swords. You know, the Cups cards, it's like that might feel a little small. There's frustration maybe, you know. I mean, Ace of Cups, and I saw Judgment card before. It's like some decision needs to be made. Ace of Cups would be revival, pouring more love into the connection. Okay. And then, I mean, that's also about birthing things. So this could be about like getting on the same page, maybe about children, etc. And then we have Ace of Swords. So better communication, clarity, a plan, coming unstuck from the Two of Swords back to the Ace of Swords, new beginning, unstuck, discussions about the way forward. I just think it can be erratic. A King of Swords in the reverse can seem a little bit like they're avoiding the issue. Do I think that avoidance here is like a dishonesty or anything like that? I think that there's a heavy focus here on like the material. I think there is loyalty. I just think that it's like getting clear on what's next kind of thing, okay? I'm going to get your side of the street, Gemini. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. It looks like infusing more love into the situation and a plan and a next phase. This also could be a new start in career and money and finances. So that might have been a stalling, like there could have been a little bit of this sort of fear of not being able to deliver for the next phase if there's been issues like with career and like this person could be having, there could be a lot of stresses in the workplace and career, like lack of cooperation in work that affects the connection and the way forward, understand? So it might not even be at all so much stress directly in terms of the feeling for you, but it could cause some clashing and stress. Like it could trigger a feeling of like not being good enough, like a misinterpretation. So all we got to take care of is your interpretation, Gemini, because they will show up according to what you think and assume about them and your connection. That is how it works. I mean, you can shift any circumstance or whatever, you know, but for now, I mean, this looks pretty good. So like, let's have a look at you and how you're feeling. Queen of Wands, okay. Some of you are very focused on your own career and work. That's like a independent kind of a, not independent like non-committal, but like, you know, that's a leadership role. Let's see, Four of Swords, but it's in the reverse. Some of you, you have fights with this person sometimes and that's coming down to stress. Okay, let's have a look. Empress card, but in the reverse. So like, what about nurturing the connection? That would be about growth and expansion, and also potentially children. Seven of Wands. Persistent energy, but maybe a bit sometimes like you feel like this person can be standoffish, or there's defensiveness, especially if you have erratic communication. See, Five of Swords, Five of Swords. Five of Swords, Five of Swords. Okay, so stresses, clashes, Page of Pentacles. You see opportunity here. Maybe you're stressed, you want this person to make the offer like for the next phase, or there's stresses around the offer for the next phase. Gemini, if you're waiting around for this person to propose, for example, seems like their mind is on that, or for the next thing, just affirm it. It's available now. And then only focus on that. I'm version of Gemini, I have that. That's what they want. You're not manipulating, you're just selecting, okay? Yeah, see, there's a Knight of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Clashing intentions around an offer or the opportunity, where, you know, what's next. See, Five of Cups in the reverse. So there's definitely been clashing and tension. And so maybe there's words that are regretted. Okay, Gemini. So then let that go as well, guys. Fuck the arguments and whatever. Like literally people will do a 180 with you if you just let things the fuck go and not round and round. And they said that and I did that and this is how it is and this is how they are and all of that. Okay, we do have Three of Cups in the reverse. That's interesting. I'm going to get more on that. King of Pentacles. Look. There's a Eight of Wands. There is King of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. There's Eight of Wands. There's definitely communication, more communication. Some of you, there might be some travel, like, or have been some travel. So sometimes like that could, I mean, there might be traveling for work. Eight of Wands is air travel. that might then create some tensions because, you know, where's the love? Like, it could feel separate in some kind of a way. I don't know. But, the Three of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Cups. Gemini, I'm not getting this as a love triangle, and it can be Three of Cups in the reverse. This could be like a feeling, because that Four of Cups of like feeling like the love's not being poured in. One person could be very, very career focused. And you know, I think there's loyalty between the two of you. And then the other could be, okay, well, where's my offer and where's my attention? So that, you know, friends could be in the mix. There also could be influence of friends, like saying certain things that's causing clashing between the two of you. Like if you have different culture or religion, etc., that could be an influence, and then that could cause tension and arguments. Guys, you don't need to listen to anyone outside of you. They're also your mirror. So if you're in the camp where people are getting in your ear and then saying this is how this person is or how's this going to work, well, they're just mirroring some fear and doubt. So you have to decide what you want. Or if you think that there are others saying that to this person, which by the way, on their side, it's not looking so much like an issue. It looks like there's a lot of clashing and tension between the two of you. And then there's a lot of this kind of stuckness with like the career goals, the money, and being on the same page. Maybe, yes, maybe being on the same page with the vision from a cultural perspective, but it doesn't have to be an issue. So if that's in your mind an issue, then you need to say it's not an issue. If it's in your mind that there's outside influences that are affecting like and causing disruption, you've got to say, no, everyone approves, we have a great relationship, or go straight to your end, we're married, or straight to the next part. Like imagine yourself having, you know, you're living together and it's perfect. We have a perfect relationship and everyone thinks we're the perfect couple. You know, all that sort of stuff, Gemini. It sounds like fantasy, but your imagination is the reality. It's all come from you and what you're conscious of, version of you that you're being, and what you're aware of and characters in your show, of which there are infinite, okay, infinite realities. Okay, see, Ace of Cups is in the reverse. You feel like the love's been pulled back. Something about them wanting to reinfuse the love, which you're manifesting anyway. So you're like, I want more love. So now say, they're so loving. I mean, they're so loving, we're so on the same page. Five of Pentacles, it can get cold, or you feel like it can get cold. And for some of you, yes, there's been stresses because of losses financially in some department, and that has pulled the love away, okay? And then there could also be influences of people in each other's ears about like the way that it can move forward and whatever. So guys, just pick apart the parts that you love. Send out new dominant thoughts and assumptions, project from a place where this is how things are, and you'll see. The mirror must conform, and all the undesirable things, you know, it's like you're putting a spotlight on what you desire, which is already available, making that bigger, magnifying it, and then you are taking away attention from the shit you don't like. And they are performing a role for you, not in a fake way, but legit. Anyone that's new, if you do follow me for a while, it will make sense. Okay, so what have we got? Taurus energy, King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, and plenty of, you know, swords. So air sign energy. Okay, what does this person want? Yeah, paradise, happiness, joy, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase, Ace of Cups, beautiful. Okay, what else? Okay, the Snake, competition, an enemy. Guys, there could be stresses here around like, okay, also groups and associations, and the Hierophant card, I did say to you that the Three of Cups in the reverse, this could be friends, like enemy. I really was not getting cheating. I was not, because look, I've got old school, so this is outdated thinking, conditioning. It could be that there's very staunch, like holding on to certain like traditions, cultures, etc., like people in the mix. So you might have differences. Don't make it a factor. I already gave you some tips about that. We do have passion. So I think there's a wanting to get back to passion and love. And there's been a lot of dulling of that through like pressure, money, values, like outsider energies, you know, influencing about the value. See, love call, expression of love, thinking of you, informing you. And there's been like this sort of feeling maybe of Four of Cups, like the love's not, you know, being accepted, or the love's kind of not returned, or the focus is elsewhere. So there is, okay, guys, I mean, and Page of Cups, so in this moment, in this check-in, and guys, you can shift anything at any time. My tarot readings, they're not fortune-telling tools. If it's your reading, then take the parts you like, tweak it as you like with the suggestions I have. Maybe they want to take a trip with you, paradise. Just do something to infuse the love or the joy. If you want more and more and more of that, then you've manifested this anyway, so then select more of that. You can check out my course Shifted, as I said, because it's going to really take you through everything and help you to embody like the best possible version of you and have like whatever you like. I'd like to think so anyway. Sending you guys so much love. I hope that it resonated for some of you, and I intend that it guided some of you either way, and I will check in with you in 2 weeks' time.